So, hi everybody, a very good evening. Excuse me, 6:25 by the watch. Uh, how are you? Hope you're well. Hope you're good. I'm Justin Kapani. I'm the founder and CEO of I'm Decor Design. We are in the business of designing, supplying, and manufacturing home and office decor and interior solutions. And it's going to get warmer now, and what I can sense and perceive when you speak to people is that the heat is kind of becoming a cause of concern for people. But the weather is nice today. It's kind of windy and breezy today, so it's not that bad. But is there anything that you can do indoors to kind of feel better and feel great? So, we spend a lot of time thinking about what are we going to do when we're on the street or in the office and stuff like that. All of that is taken care of the moment you get into the office, because you have your air conditioning on and your kind of, body temperature is getting used to the environment and stuff like that. But what is it that you do at home? Because each room is different and each space is different, and people in your house, some of them may be working, some may not be working, some of them may be children, they may be elders and stuff like that. So concerns arise around that. So my read, sorry, it's not a read, it's actually a share, and there's no book, there's no written thoughts here. It's just a very natural share, and it's basically on what is it that you can do at home, and what are the colors that you can use as your options for home and interior setups and stuff, specifically in your rooms, to feel good and relaxed, because each color has a different effect and an influence. And if you've been in branding, if you've been in designing, if you've been in marketing, you know that colors speak differently, which induce sales and purchase and stuff like that. But my video is a little hatke. It's about colors at home. So the number one color that ranks in homes during summers must be, or could be, or ideally should be, tones of blues and greens. So the reason is that blues and greens are basically colors which kind of give you a relaxed feeling. They give you a sense of stability. They give you a kind of rejuvenation. They're very close to nature, so they ground you and stuff. And if you have a combination of colors in contrast to blues and greens as your cushion covers, and you have greenery in your room, then you feel pretty relaxed and chilled and stuff. Because as you're driving around, as you're talking, as you're on your phone, as you're meeting different people, as you're walking, as you're taking your pets out and stuff, as you're kind of picking up and dropping your children probably, as you're running between your own work schedules and meetings and stuff, you do kind of tend to feel a little out of breath or energy and stuff. So being in a room which has got blues and greens works big times, and it helps you relax, which is the core sense in summers, because the more you relax, the more you sleep, the more amazing you feel when you wake up, you're fresh and stuff like that. And having an air conditioner right on your head doesn't make any sense, because you may end up having cough and cold or a heavy head and stuff. So the number two color is pink. Have tones of pinks. So as you can see, my cup has got pink. So maybe if your walls are pink, maybe if your linen is pink, maybe if your bed sheets are pink, maybe your bed covers, I've already said, maybe your runners are pink or whatever. So if you add tones of pinks and stuff, they add tranquility and they add peace to your rooms. They also relax you. Pink is more tranquil, pink is more peaceful. Pink in a lot of colors was a color of beauty, elegance, royalty, a very feminine kind of a color. So mushy romance. If you've seen most of the colors of the Japanese brands, or even in India or cosmopolitan items and stuff, most of them have been in pink, because they emphasize femininity. But when it comes to males and stuff, also in a room which is pink, maybe a washroom, which is pink, maybe, wherever you are sitting, there has to be a pink around you and stuff. So if you don't have pink, let's say, bed covers, or you don't have runners, or there's nothing in pink, you can always pick up accessories and stuff which really relax you, or give you this positive energy and make you feel tranquil. The third color is yellow, because they used to say, yellow, yellow, dirty fellow. So yellow is a sunshine color. Yellow is a color of optimism. So yellow maybe combined with little shades of blue or with the gray is a good idea, because it's a color of hope. It's a color of optimism. It's a color that kind of uplifts you. It's a color which, if used too much, I mean, if you use too much of yellow everywhere, then it can be irritating, But on the whole, if you use it in a good fashion, you're kind of going to feel optimistic, and you're going to feel perky and stuff like that, because that's the color of that's the energy of the color yellow. If your walls are a little on the yellow side and stuff, you're going to feel more grounded and centered, and people can also sense that, certain yellow rooms are nice, because they kind of give you this feeling of positive energy and stuff like that. White, again, not a personal favorite. White I don't recommend, because white is very common. Any place you go, it's white. So if you have white at home as well, it's not going to kind of make you feel as if you're in a different space, or a different environment where you're going to feel differently. So if you want to disconnect, or you want to leave away, let's say, your office or wherever you've been, if you want to have an out of sight, out of mind kind of a thingy, it's not going to happen for you, because you're going to carry the color white. Okay, white, in my knowledge, is also difficult to maintain, but white definitely signifies purity, fresh beginnings, new starts, cleanliness, and stuff like that. So be very particular in using white, because it sometimes becomes a little difficult to maintain. Maybe accessories, maybe flowers, maybe picture frames, maybe vases, or something which is easy to maintain. Like I have one here. This is from my collection. It's white, so stuff like this is easy to maintain and stuff. Add little bits of those, and you start feeling good and stuff. Okay, so the other color which you can add is gray. Normally I would not recommend that in summers, because gray is gloomy. A little bit of gray is a good idea, because again, gray has this sophistication. If you see most of the Italian brands, if you see retail brands, most of them these days, even if you see luxury hotels, their rooms are normally grays and stuff. It's a color which is picking up, but it doesn't have to be a personal favorite, because after a point of time, it can actually drain your energy and make you feel depressed. The colors to avoid are black. The colors to avoid is red. Red is anxious. Red is dark. Red is aggression. Red is, in certain school of thoughts, also a color of energy. So yeah, you can have reds, but minimize those to maybe having accessories in red. Orange is a good color, but lighter tones of orange or saffron is a good color, because that also gives you good energy and feng shui, feelings and stuff like that. So maybe you can have a wall painting or a frame in orange, or colors like those. So that's going to kind of give you some respite and also energy and stuff. So try doing these things, and try placing greenery, a lot of greenery around you, because see what happens is, when you have greenery, let me show you. Okay, so I can sit here for half an hour, and I can keep looking at a very simple plant like this. Okay, so it doesn't overwhelm me, because it's not too big. It doesn't intimidate me, because it's too small. It's just is very neutral in size and stuff. So when I'm spending my time and walking around and stuff, I just take a look at these beautiful plants lying around and stuff, and I start feeling good. And of course, if you can have more plants and green accessories, that's going to work the best for you. Blue, too much of blue, a second opinion is, but blue is reserved, and blue is too relaxing, and blue can be depressing. But the point is, it's only a question of 2-3 months, and it's only a question of a few hours when you're at home and stuff. So if you want to break that thought process, or that lingering thought that it's a very strict color or a pretty dark color, then you can add contrasts of maybe beige. You can have white, you can have greens, you can have reds, or you can have something in linen or whatever works for you and stuff. And also beautify the rooms with the flowers, because flowers feel good. So a lot of people say that it's difficult to maintain flowers, but the point is there are lots of flowers which are also kind of around you during summers and stuff. So pick up those cautiously and carefully. And if you can't have real flowers all the time, you can always have flowers which look close to real. So try avoiding placing flowers which look artificial, because artificial flowers kind of have a feeling of, they repel you and stuff. They don't feel that great and stuff. They also look cheap. And a big note in your rooms, in your apartments, in your homes, in your offices: avoid having, green plants which are spiky. Too many spikes, okay? Not a good idea, because spikes signifies like jhara. South Africans, they used to have these spears, and cavemen had those spears and stuff. So the idea is extended to that if you have spiky uh, greenery, it's not a very good idea, because it can lead to argumentative environments and stuff like that. So hope these helps. Hope these help. Sorry for that. Hope these work for you, and try doing it, and use a weekend for engaging in, also channelizing your energy, because when you're cleaning up and you're, kind of sorting things out and stuff, you're also managing your own energy and yourself. So let's say if you've not worked out, or if you've not been out much, or you've done too much of it in the sun, you come back home, you switch on your AC, and you start cleaning up and stuff, and believe me, it works for you. And I'd also shared this, that I'd come back from a fashion show on Saturday, and I was like, feeling depleted, of course, and I was out of energy and stuff, and I was thinking, what about the word motivation? What about inspiration? What about my creative side and stuff? But then I thought that, these terms I never had in my dictionary, because I've worked for so many years in my life, and I used to go to far places like Kirti Nagar for 2 years, 3 years, or whatever, and I used to just come back and sleep a lot. So that's the last tip I want to give you, that rather than thinking about motivation, inspiration, and stuff like that, try and focus on only building your energy, and kind of focusing on stuff which uplifts you, which rejuvenates you. Like I've just had a nice cup of chai with ginger. So it looks amazing, it looks beautiful. The lingering taste in my mouth also kind of stays for a longer time, so I enjoy my experience. I don't have to go out far away to a Starbucks, or to a Blue Tokai, or maybe a Moria, or a Sheraton, or an O'Broy's. I can enjoy these little things at home and stuff, and rather than focusing on stuff like motivation, inspiration, burnout, and stuff like that, a real practical and sensible way of working around yourself, and on doing stuff around personal and professional lives, is to work on your energy. Work on your energy, whatever uplifts you. So even if you have a room with all these colors and stuff, play some nice music, have some incense sticks, have some nice positive pictures of you, your family, or maybe some books which you like to read and stuff. So that becomes like your hygge, or a space of some simple classy living, where you read before you sleep. You don't have to end your day, or start your day on social media or on the phone and stuff. So make a conscious decision to kind of disconnect, and you'll see the change. I mean, some people may find you or call you an alien, because you don't spend your time on social media following people around, or engaging in all these works. But that's the way everybody works, and that's the way most professionals are. When you're in the office and stuff, you don't spend your time on social media all the time, till the time you're in a job where you're supposed to be posting, or you're supposed to be doing brand management and stuff like that. So that's how the real world functions. And if you spend your time and energy in your homes and your spaces, looking after yourself, your cleanliness levels, your aesthetic appeal, improvisation and stuff, implementing the ideas which you see so much on social media or on TV, in your own rooms and your own spaces, your house is going to be a beautiful space, and that's what everybody wants. So love and luck, and take care, and have fun, and have a blast. So the home is a reflection of your aesthetic appeal as well. So there's nothing. People take pride in their homes and stuff, but managing yourself in a home is a bigger thing. So if you do that, that's going to help you. That's going to really work for you and stuff. So hope this helps, hope this works. So Jacobani, I'm sorry, jacobani at gmail.com, justinkapani.im at gmail.com, and justinkapani office at gmail.com. Place little plants in your house, get some flowers and stuff like that. Rearrange your furniture because it really helps you big time. I've already shared this before that when you're rearranging furniture, we are in India, so we are not all the time in carpeted environments and stuff like that. So the reality is managing and maintaining stuff, and if you do more of that regularly and frequently, you're managing less, you're going to spend less energy and time on managing it, and also your monies and stuff. So take care, have fun, have a blast. See this lovely, I have a beautiful simple plant here, but it looks amazing in the morning and evening and stuff. So try and do this to yourself, place some nice flowers, plants, and work around the color schemes and themes and stuff. Dress appropriately, so that's going to be a big relief to you when you're at home and stuff. And most importantly, rather than looking at motivation and inspiration, try and look at your own energy and your own state of mind, how you're feeling and stuff. And that's how the energy and managing everything works. So love and luck and take care, have fun, cheers, enjoy, bye bye. And thank you for your messages, and thank you for your appreciation, specifically when we are meeting offline and stuff. So I really appreciate that, and I hope to keep on doing the good work and stuff. So love and luck and take care, bye bye.